Hey everyone, my name's Goldfire Prime, and welcome back to the show. So today what I have for you guys is a review on the Transformers Beast Wars Optimus Primal. Now, as promised on my previous review on Cheetor, I will do Optimus Primal, and here he is. And like I said, this isn't the original Optimus Primal. This is a reissue that they had just recently put out, which is a Walmart exclusive. So, yeah, let's get Optimus Primal off to the side. And here's the box showing a nice artwork of Optimus Primal. And I really like the artwork on these Beast Wars figures. They have like a nice painted look, and it looks really nice. I really like that. And of course, the scales all around the box, Kenner. And the back with his tech specs and all the other figures that are in the line. Now, one thing I don't get is how, in the Walmart listings, they say that Megatron and Optimus Primal leader class, although it says Ultra right there. That I could understand, because back then that was like the equivalent of leaders. But what I don't understand is how they call Cheetor and Rat Trap Mega, although on Cheetor's box it clearly says Deluxe, and I don't get that. And like I said, like Ultra, Mega is like the Voyager class equivalent back then. So, enough of the box. Here we have Optimus Primal in Gorilla Mode for detail. Here's his head sculpt, and yeah, it does look really goofy, but it does have some pretty nice detail. Got the metallic blue eyes, which I really like, and of course the painted teeth. And I don't really think gorillas have sharp teeth. I know they have like a bit of fangs, but it's not like all their teeth that's sharp. I don't think that's really accurate, but hey, it's just a toy. What do you expect? And some really nice fur texture all around. And of course, his hands are painted gray. And one thing I don't like is how they use like this matte paint on all around his head, which, since it isn't glossy, it doesn't have a clear coat to protect it. It could easily get scratched off. And of course, a painted gray chest, which is painted with glossy paint, thank God. So, yeah, for gimmicks, yes, this figure does have gimmicks. And boy, it's going to be a long video. We're going to be here all day. He does have a gorilla pounding gimmick. There's this lever right here. Alright. And so, first off, you want to have one arm like this. Both of the arms bent. And here we go. Here's his chest pounding gimmick. And I gotta say, this gimmick, it's really cool. I really like that. Which is one thing I like about these Beast Wars reissues. I notice how a lot of modern day leader classes are like smaller than the ones back then. And also how they don't really do much. But yeah, this is pretty small for a leader class equivalent, but it makes up for it with all the gimmicks, which I really like. Another thing, there's a button on its back, and what you want to do is push it like so, and oh, oops. Yeah, sometimes it only deploys one cannon. Let me try that again. It's a bit dodgy, but it does work. And here's both of his cannons deployed. And yeah, I know these panels, they kind of give him like Dumbo ears, but hey, you just gotta live with that. Fix the spit. And also, each cannon does have a button, and you can fire them. And that's really cool, but too bad I now have to find both of those missiles. And believe me, a lot of people who originally had this figure back in 1996, they had to deal with a lot of loose missiles that get behind furniture and all that. So, thank goodness I was able to find both of those missiles. And yeah, I deployed the cannons again for a reason, because it's now time for transformation. Now, the reason why I did this, because I know a lot of people, they just go ahead and spin the waist around. Well, it's because these swords right there, since, like I said, they use like this matte black paint that could easily get chipped. They could chip away the paint that's on the thighs. And I already have a bit of paint chips. Luckily, it's only minor. Nothing a little black acrylic paint could fix. What you want to do first is have the cannons deployed and take out the weapons, swords. Gotta take them out like so. Have them off to the side, and now you can get onto the transformation. So what you want to do is straighten out the legs. Fold down the feet like so. And they're on like these nice little pistons, which I really like. And then now we get to freely spin the waist around without having to worry about paint chipping. And I guess you could deploy these back since we don't have to worry about them. And we already looked at those cannons, so yeah. And then what you want to do is fold down the arms. Oh. And then you get back here. And do not, I repeat, do not just get it out. No. You are at risk of breaking this peg. Since I just forgot right now. Hopefully it's not broken or anything. So what you want to do is you want to kind of like flex the plastic a bit. And yes, it is sturdy enough to do that. On the arm, like so. There you go. Fold it out. Do the same on the other arm. Like so. And it kind of locks into place. Spin the biceps a bit. And these are on little ratchet joints. And now, lastly, you want to fold down the head. And that becomes his chest. And while you're at it, you have to flip the face. Now, this part's kind of confusing. Yeah, you want to do it that way. Don't do it upwards. So you fold it down, and what I don't like is how these are on rubber struts, and it kind of messes with the transformation a bit. But one neat thing about it is how it helps it stay into place, which is nice. Have the head up. And since this guy, he is pretty tall. Oh. Okay, so I don't have to pan the camera back. And here we have Optimus Primal transformed in his robot mode. And yeah, I know, he looks unrecognizable. That's because he has a mutant mask, which is what a lot of early Beast Wars figures had. And the mutant mask actually looks pretty nice. I like it. Has some red eyes. And it is molded out of red plastic with this kind of dull blue painted over it. And so if you want to have the normal Optimus Primal head, what you gotta do is just turn head around, and you have it facing down a bit. And here you go. There is Optimus Primal now, completely in robot mode. And for detail, he does have a really nice head sculpt. And I like how instead of cheaping out and molding this head in just dull blue plastic, the same type of plastic they use on the accessories, instead of doing that, they actually went a bit further and painted the head a metallic silver, which gives it a more show accurate look. And of course, you got a painted gray faceplate and transparent eyes, but it's not doesn't work for light piping, since even the back of the head is painted too. But because of that means that it can't have the painted red inside his chest like the original figure, which I don't really mind much, because at the same time it kind of makes it feel a bit more show accurate, because I don't think the cartoon model had the red inside the chest, so hey. And the same type of silver plastic, metallic blue plastic, is used on the waist. Those three little circles right there. And of course, you got some painted red details on the thighs. And you got these really nice pistons on the feet. And they are functional, like I just demonstrated in the transformation. And you got the same painted red paint apps on the biceps as well. Oh, oops. Sorry about that. And on the back, nothing much. So for articulation, he does have a ball joint on the head. And on my copy, his head is tilting a bit. And no, it's not how the ball joint is positioned. It's not how I pose him. No, like the peg that holds the ball joint in, it is like connected sideways. And I don't want to like fix it, because I might accidentally mess it up even more. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. You got a swivel in the arm, ratchet on the shoulder, ratchet on the bicep, hinge at the knee, elbow, sorry about that. Ball joint the waist, hips, bend at the knee, and you got a bit of a tilt because of the transformation. And you do got a bit of waist swivel too. Although I don't think it's a good idea to use the waist swivel, because there is a little tab right here, and that could scratch the plastic. But hey, I'm sure there's ways to fix that. And of course, for accessories, he does have his two iconic swords. And yeah, I really like them. They look really nice. And so you peg them on to his hands. And now he has dual wielding swords, which is really nice. Really like that. And while we're on the topic of accessories, he does have a few tricks literally up his sleeve. Alright, so I'm just going to take these off. The first gimmick isn't really a spring-loaded one, since I'm going to save the best one for last. There's a little door in his arm. Opens up. And as you can see, there is a little skull right here. So you take it out. So he does have a little mace, which has a skull at the end. So once you close the door in his arm, he can wield this mace, which plugs into his hand. And there you go. And another trick that he literally has up his sleeve is a spring-loaded cannon that is inside his arm. Hold on a second. There we go. And so here's the two cannons that is inside his arm. And of course, you do got 2 holes to store extra missiles. Get them out. And then that does plug in. And there is a very specific way to put them in. See this little nub? You gotta have it inwards like this, okay? There you go. Do the same for the other missile. Make sure it stays into place. And there you go. There's the missiles. And they do fire. There you go. It's 1 missile, 2 missiles that do fire. And of course, I have to go on a search for them. And of course, one last feature that he does have. It is kind of the same one for the gorilla mode. Gotta turn the arms a bit. Yeah. When it's in certain positions, I wouldn't want to twist the arms, because since it is on a gear, you could strip them. And you don't want that, or else none of the gimmicks will work. And then you're left with a broken figure. Alright, so each arm has a little switch. You gotta flip it up. Like so. There you go. And on the back, with this lever, this will be a bit hard to do on camera. You could use his weapons like so. And yeah, it does go really crazy. Now, why don't we put all these weapons away and do a little size comparison. So here is Optimus Primal right next to Cheetor, and of course, being a leader or ultra class figure, he does stand way taller than Cheetor, since he's a deluxe, or as they call him, Mega, although he's clearly a deluxe. What were the people in Hasbro thinking? And of course, let's not forget, next to Optimus Prime. So here's Optimus Primal next to Optimus Prime, or his past life, if you will. And of course, since he's a deluxe and he's a leader slash ultra, he's way bigger. And they look really nice together. I think really cool. Definitely out of scale, because in the show, Maximals and Predacons, they were like the size of humans. So everyone, it is now time for my final thoughts on this figure, and I think he's a really cool figure. I really like him. I am so glad that Walmart is now putting out these reissues so people could get Beast Wars figures, the original ones, for a reasonable price. The price you'll pay for your normal deluxe to leader class, which is really nice. And this figure does have a lot of cool gimmicks, and definitely has an improved paint job, which I really like. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review and found it helpful. And I know this video had been really long, but this figure has a lot of stuff going on. So anyways, that's it for this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my new videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.